everybody and welcome back to another tutorial from my Simply series range of books. If you want to know where I got this book from, there'll be a link coming up directly above my head, or there'll be a direct link in the description bar underneath this video. So if you want to know how to play Gypsy Passion from my Simply Gypsy book, then please keep watching. So the first thing I want to do is play it all the way through, and then we'll take you through parts of the music. So Gypsy Passion, you've got a slow section, a little bit faster section, and then going back to the slow section again. You might notice that I had an open E and an open A right at the start. Now that's up to you if you want to do fourth fingers. I did open A's and I kept them as open A's just for the sheer simplicity of this piece. I don't think it really matters, but if you wanted to do fourth fingers and put a little bit of vibrato on, it's sort of, I don't know, it doesn't quite sound as right because you're using fourth finger. You could do it in third position if you wanted to, but again, that kind of defeats the simplicity, but I don't think you're going to lose anything if you do it open. Just sounds just as nice if you ask me. So the Fs on the E string are going to be back Fs. So first finger normally goes in its normal position, that gives you an F sharp, and it's going to be, the first finger is going to be back, right up against the ridge until you feel the ridge of the nut of the violin. So that's very important that you make sure those Fs on the E string are all the way back. That takes us to the middle section where it says much faster now. Again, it's up to you how fast you want to do this. Or you can just... depends on how fast you played it at the start. So, you know, just keep practicing and that's completely up to you. You've got some G sharps in there on the E string, and the G sharps are just going to be tucked in right behind the third finger. So if the third finger's in its normal place, G sharps are going to be tucked in right behind it. So again, that's important that you put those fingers there. And then you get to the little bit slower section, so you can play that as fast as the first section or as slow as the first section rather, or you can just play it a little bit faster than the first section, just as long as it's slower than the middle section, if that makes sense. But again, play around with the speeds, it's completely up to you. The final note at the end, you've got a little bit of double stopping, that's completely optional. If you don't want to do the open A beneath the top A, then just do the top A. If you do want to do the open A with it, just make sure that your A on the E string is in tune. Otherwise it isn't gonna, it's gonna sound, it is gonna sound a little bit off. So if you don't feel comfortable putting the open A underneath it for the moment, then don't do that, just do the top note. So there we go, another really quick, simple, easy tutorial on Gypsy Passion. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check in the description bar underneath this video. There'll be a link to all the other book series, Simply Romantic, Simply Jigs and Reels, Simply Country, Simply Jazz and Blues, and all that kind of stuff. So they'll be underneath there. And thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.